Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, I don't know how to be. I do know how to be. Uh, hey everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Elijah Talks, episode YouTube series video. Today, I'll be talking about faith. And it's pretty simple. Um, we often want things to kind of go our own way. We're like, things have to go this way. We have to. It has to be like this, and we have to make it happen no matter what. But sometimes God is like, the universe, whatever you believe in, Jesus, is like, hold on there. Mm-mm-mm. It's like, let's say like, let's say you have a child and the baby is crawling away. He's crawling. Okay, you watch him. Okay, he's crawling. And like, okay, obviously he's not gonna fall down the stairs. We don't want that. But in this scenario, wait, nah, I sound like a sadist. Okay, I'm definitely not sacrificing this baby. Okay, I don't mean to come across that way. But I'm just saying, the baby's crawling. He gets near the staircase. You run over. I mean, but also, you're a good parent and you have like the barricades up, so you know that would never happen. And obviously, you're a good parent because you have your eye on the child the whole time. And so you're like, okay, you run after the child. You're like, no. You pick him up by the clothes. You're like, I'm sorry, you can't do that. I care about you. I love you, but I can't let you fall down the stairs. So then you grab your baby. I mean, obviously you wouldn't be holding it like this, not like it's like a grocery bag or anything. You'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, Johnny. It's okay. Come on. He starts crying, and you're just like, no, it's okay. It's okay. Like, you may not see why it's not a good idea to want to go down the stairs, but I'm trying to help you. And so God is like, the universe, Jesus is like, not over there. We want you to go over here. Over here. But I think often in our own mind, in our carnal minds, in our flesh, we're like, no. It has to be like this. It has to be like this. I have to. And when you're like fighting, gritting, and doing and grinding, and it's like, grinding is great. I'm a believer for that. I'm highly disciplined. I believe in hard work, and you have to work super hard for the things you want in your life. And however, there comes a time where it's like, are you working too hard towards something that is just, you just have to let go of resistance, let go of all this effort that you're trying to put into this thing that clearly the universe is like, you need to stop. However, it varies case by case. Because, for example, I know for me, in my journey as a singer, it was very difficult for me when I first started. Like, I was getting hate, I was getting negativity, I was getting all this stuff. But in the back of my mind, I believed that, I could be a professional singer and like get paid for this. I wasn't getting paid at the time, but you know, I was putting an effort, but I wasn't like, I have to become, it was just like, I'm just gonna do this and I'm gonna work hard and do my best. But then over time, like, I improved, I got better. And that's a door that God has opened for me. And along the way, like, I started paying for it, and then I started getting scholarships for it, etc., etc. And I still pay for it, obviously. Now, like, pay for it in terms of the time and effort that I sacrificed, but also the money. But let's say I was investing like all of my money into this. It's like, do you really need to do that? Is that necessary at this point? Or is there a smarter way to go about this thing? And these are the questions that I guess it would be helpful for you to ask yourself, where it's like, okay, is this thing from God or is it from me? is this thing working smoothly, or am I jumping through hoops and barriers and doing all these things in order to make this a fraction of the thing happen? I don't know what that thing is for you. Maybe it's like, maybe maybe it's working out, which I feel like, you know, I don't think God would be like, hey, you shouldn't work out. You know, like I feel like that doesn't apply in this case. But I guess like a better example would be, um, let's say if you're applying for a certain position. Let's say if you're applying to be a manager at this corporation. I don't know. Let's say CVS, and let's say you're trying super hard. You don't have a job. You're trying super hard to. You're applying to all the CVS's in the area, and you're not getting anything. You're not getting anything, and you're like putting all your eggs in one basket. And you're like, I have to be a manager. I have to be a manager. And in reality, what if like because you're so tunnel vision, like someone else is like, hey man, like I have this job. You know, you would be like working as a technician at this mechanic shop, but you know it's not exactly what you want, but you know I know you need money, and so you're like, no no no, I have to be a manager. So I guess looking for those things and reflecting, like what are those things in your life that you may be exerting all your will and you're not seeing any fruits. However, things take time, but I guess it's a practice where you may not know the answers to that right now, but something that I do that helps me is I ask God, the Holy Spirit, the universe, for guidance. You know, because we can't. It's really hard to discern, and you know, asking for the spirit of discernment to know, okay, is this something I need to pursue, or is this something that I'm gonna pursue but not put all my eggs in one basket? Because if we listen to our minds, sometimes we can lead ourselves astray. We can lead ourselves down like a sort of dangerous path. Because if we're tunnel vision and we're like, we have to make this thing work, but if your family's starving, or if you can't pay your bills, but you're like, this thing's gonna work, this thing's gonna work, you know, and you're hurting yourself and you're hurting your family, then maybe it's time to reevaluate. Or maybe this is something where you have to push through. I have no idea. Maybe it's something you have to find a balance between the two. I'm not saying to give up your dreams. I'm not saying to give up your ambitions. But I'm saying let's take some time to reflect, and figure out like what the wisest course of action to take would be. Um, how much resistance is too much resistance? And I think that's another question. It's like, is this resistance sustainable? Or am I just exerting myself too much? Am I just running up the mountain with no end? Or do I see the peak in sight? And do I see the downhill? But there will be another uphill. Life's not always meant to be la 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 la, no resistance, la la land. But it's also not meant to be this constant like battle. I have to try. We are Spartans. Like, or how does it go? It's like, I'm trying to think of the Spartan thing. It's like, it's like, like we are Spartans. Like it doesn't like. Life is a war. Life is a battle, but also it's not. It's like this dialectical sort of thing where finding the balance. So today's episode would be how to find balance in 2024. Nah, I feel like that's. I mean, yeah, I think I like that. Or something about faith. I love faith. I love God. Yeah, if you want me to talk about anything else, I'm more than happy to. As you can tell, I like talking. Anyways, I have a gig today, so Oh, and you should go see Madam's Web. Your boy's in it. Um, gang. I'm not in a gang. That's just a saying. Yeah, y'all should go see it. And uh, yeah, I have a gig and it's gonna be fun. All right, deuces.